One at a time, I think.
Gotcha. Charlie, good to see you. What's that? 5 wins out of your last 6. How does it feel?
It feels great. We had a big game just the other night, and as much as we felt like we should have won that game, we didn't. And to be able to come back and get a big win after that, it's key. And we were mentally dialed in, and our focus and our preparation through the whole team is probably why we are where we are right now.
Good. You got a lot of production out of your freshmen. Ethan played really well. Got what did he have? He had 20 points on the game. Tell us about some of how your young players are coming along.
I was able to talk to them just the other night. Funny you asked that question. They just grow so much, and their ability. They're both Ethan and Colton. They're just God-given. Their ability to score is off the charts, but they just continue to grow every day, defensively and when they don't have the ball offensively. They just bring such an energy and a whole nother level to our team, and we need them more than they know.
How do you feel your game's going along? You had some nice shots under the basket today using, you had a couple of right-hand shots right under the basket. How do you feel your game is coming along? What have you been working on?
I've just stayed the course. It's a long season, and the ability to just stay level-headed, stay humble, and keep working and trust your game. I think I've tried to let the game come to me a little bit more while staying aggressive. But it's really a shout out to all my teammates because I don't bring the ball up the court, and every time I'm getting the ball, it's because they're feeding it to me. So it's really all on them.
And tell us a little bit how Jalen Rucker's game has been developing. He had the 35 points at Loyola, averaging 16. Had a bunch tonight. How has his game developed this year?
Well, the thing about Jalen is even though he's putting up these numbers and he just crossed the 1,000-point mark, he's a team first guy, and all he wants to do is win. And when he's also our captain as a junior, and when he comes to practice with a win first and team first mentality, it spreads, and it causes everyone to do that. And so when we're out there and we're all playing aggressive, it's all unselfish, and that starts with Jalen. Even though he's scoring at a high clip, all of these baskets, he's just playing his game, and he's not trying to go out there and do something and play the way he's not.
Tell us a little bit about what do you work on defense. You had a couple of defenses out there. What are some of the keys on defense for you this year?
I think I got to give credit to our strength coach. Playing in this league the first 2 years, it's a physical league. And so this offseason, our guys hit the weight room really, really hard. And a big part of defense is physicality and legal physicality, using your chest, using your legs. That's a big part. And then the other thing is communication. You can't over-communicate on defense. And especially in that first half, we were out there talking, switching. And Coach Allen always says this, but it's never going to be perfect. And that's pretty much all it is on defense. But if you're able to think on the fly, communicate on the fly, and give multiple efforts on defense, then the rest will work out for itself.
Has anything really turned your season? You had the London trip, but now winning 5 out of 6. That's a pretty good start to your conference season.
I would just say that every game that we've played, especially the non-conferences, every game that's happened, we were able to learn from it, win or lose. And we had a couple tough non-conference games, and we were able to learn a lot from those. And the lessons we learned, we've been able to grow from them, get better from them, and we're applying them into our conference. And I would say just with these games, we're becoming more and more confident about who we are and who we can be. And the ability that we're able to win games like these while still not playing perfect or playing, we could still get better and just continuing to improve every day.
How's the start of your school year been? I guess you started classes again this week.
It's been hard. I definitely feel bad for the instructors. I wish I could put more effort. I try my hardest in school, and all the guys do, but we play a lot of games where we're traveling a lot. But we just got to keep doing what we're doing and keep giving our full force. I know it's hard and we're time pressed, but
Well, that's the definition of West Point is time management. How do you find a way to do it all here? The military, the academics at a high level, and Division I basketball.
I would say first and foremost, I find balance in my life through my faith, and continuing to. Anytime I get overworked or I feel pressured, I just turn to faith, and that guides me through this journey. And second is my teammates. Anytime I see any one of those guys in the hallway, whether we're on the court or in an academic building, man, it just makes my day. And the fact that I know that they're going through what I'm going through, and there's someone I know that is doing it with me, I can't quit on those guys because they're not quitting on me. So the ability to rely on them, for them to rely on me, it's gotten me through all the hardships at this place.
Where are you from, and why did you decide at West Point?
I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. I was fortunate to have opportunities to play basketball at this level. And West Point was my first visit, and when I came out here, I was just shocked by everything. Of course, I had my doubts because this place is no joke, and it has its hardships. But at the end of the day, what really convinced me was the teammates and the culture that Army basketball has. And it's more than just winning basketball games and playing basketball. It's the fact that every single guy, you can ask anybody on our team, every single guy wants to be in that locker, and every single guy enjoys the time in the locker room that we have together.
Very good, Charlie. Congratulations. Great game tonight.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Charlie.
It was Army junior Charlie Peterson. Had 19 points on the game, shot 8 of 9, and 3 of 6 on his free throws, 8 rebounds on the effort. As Army defeats American 72 to 60. I think we're going to have Jalen Rucker here in a while. Yeah, Jalen Rucker.
You got me out?
Always good to have you here, Coach.
Thanks.
Jalen, good to see you again. Ken Kraetzer for CaMMVetsMedia. You guys came out shooting really well today. What was the game plan?
Honestly, the game plan is just to share the ball on offense. Don't try to play too much one-on-one. Get the ball from side to side. And then on defense, just kind of shrink the floor and take away what they do best.
Seems like you got a lot out of your 2 freshmen, Ethan Roberts today and Colton Benson. How did they play? Ethan certainly had a big offensive game with 20 points.
Yeah, both of them are just great offensive talents, and especially Ebo, he's pretty versatile on the defensive end as well. And they both just kind of get me going with how hard they play and their energy on the court.
You guys had a big advantage on turnovers, 18 to 9. What was the key tonight in just your ball handling?
I think it's just staying within ourselves, not trying to do too much. I had a little bit of a problem with that towards the end of the game, but just playing for one another, trying to play together, and most of all, just like moving the ball from side to side, come over dribble it.
And we're just talking with Charlie Peterson, who had a terrific shooting night, 8 out of 9, and he had 19 points on the game, and along with 8 rebounds. Tell us about his game.
I think he's just playing with tremendous confidence right now, and I think all of us are doing a good job of kind of feeding him where he wants it and just playing off each other. I think he's really in a good headspace right now.
You guys have won 5 out of your last 6, close loss to Colgate this week. What has made your team gel so far in the season?
I think just the time. Our freshmen are not really playing like freshmen anymore, and then the juniors, kind of been here as our 3rd year. And then the non-conference schedule, we were in close games, we were up in some games, we were down in some games. So just taking all those lessons and trying to put them together for a full 40 minutes.
We watched you play a lot of basketball on your career here at Army, and what have you been working on this year, your junior year?
I think most importantly just my leadership and just trying to stay positive the whole game. No matter what the other team does, just trying to bring the other 4 guys on the court to respond to that and not really worrying about the score, just playing for each other and trying to play as hard as we can.
What's been the key on defense for you this year? What have you been focusing on?
I think just competing harder for longer. However long the other team has the ball, even my man doesn't have the ball, just kind of staying locked into what we're doing.
Very good. How do you keep this momentum going that you've gotten over the last 5 or 6 games?
Just trying to be consistent. We always talk about being good over time. Trying not to be like great one game and kind of bad the next. So just trying to stay consistent with what we're doing.
How is it for you? Classes started this week, so you got basketball class and military.
It's a little bit stressful, but the other team doesn't really care about what we got going on. So we just gotta find it.
Good job. Good to see you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Good to see you too.
Appreciate it, man. Good game. What are you doing?
And Army coach Jimmy Allen. Coach, strong performance there. You got off to a fast start, shooting the ball 78% in the first half or so. What was the key tonight on your win?
I felt like just our guys' ability. I'm really proud of our guys and super impressed with our team. Their ability to come back from a game on Monday, a tough game that we felt like we played well enough to win, and we certainly did play well enough to win. You had to turn the page, and our guys were able to do that with one day of prep. When it's hard to get a lot done in between a quick turnaround like that, and I just thought our guys were able to mentally lock into what they needed to do and mentally come out with the kind of fight that you would expect and you would want. And I just think, that was an American team that's been playing terrific basketball, been on a roll, playing with a ton of confidence. And I just thought our guys came out and really set the tone on the defensive end and got us off to a great start and got a little bit of cushion.
Your 2 veterans, Charlie Peterson, 19 points today, really looked good under the basket with his touch shots. And then Jalen Rucker, another strong game, 6 of 9 shooting, 15 points. How have they been leading the team?
Well, I think they've been leading through taking the right shots and making the right plays, and I think that's been the biggest difference as we've finished non-conference play and gotten into league play. I feel like our guys have really improved in trying to get the kind of shots that we want to get and play inside out. And American does a great job of limiting threes. They held us to 11, but they were all good looks from 3, which is why we were 6 for 11. And I just thought we also did a really good job of being able to get the ball into the paint, play inside out, and finish around the rim when we needed to.
And freshman Ethan Roberts, big game, 20 points, 8 of 8 free throws, and 2 of 3 on 3-point shots. Tell us about how his game has developed.
Well, he's a pretty versatile basketball player, and he can do so many things. You look at his line, and he scored around the basket tonight. I just thought he used his size, his physicality, his skill to do a great job there. But he's also really is a great defender, and he works hard defensively, and he's got great length and a smart basketball player. So I'm super excited about where he is.
Another freshman, Colton Benson, Colton Benson. I'm sorry. Had a couple of key 3-point shots for you. What kind of player is he?
He's lightning in a bottle, honestly, on the offensive end. He's got great range. I thought the shot that he hit was a big one that we really needed. And there was a lot of big baskets in the game, but that was one that I thought really kind of stopped their momentum and took the wind out of their sails. And he's a guy that I was really impressed with how he has improved defensively and the effort that he showed on that end.
And TJ Small gave you some instant offense, got 4 points, but he made a difference when he was in there.
He's been unbelievable on the defensive end. He's been able to take the best players on the other team and really play well defensively, and that's been a huge part of our start here.
What's the key on defense for you this year? What are you stressing?
I just think we've gotten better with our ball pressure, and I think we've gotten better at being able to not just take away the 3, but contain some penetration as well.
And just how do you feel about how the team has gelled? You've won 5 out of the last 6, close loss to Colgate. How do you feel about your team at this stage in the season?
I'm excited. It's a long year, and we try to focus on the process and not the result all the time, which isn't always easy to do. But I give our guys a lot of credit. I just think that from a mentality standpoint right now, our guys are playing the way that we want to play, and I think they've continued to improve. And we've got to keep going. We've played 5 league games. We got a lot more left. So on to the next one.
And just ask the players about starting classwork this week. Is
Yeah.
it different for the team once classes resume? You had time off over the holidays to play and focus, but is it different once classwork starts again?
Yeah, it's completely different because most of the rest of our league, with the exception of Navy, isn't in class for the next 3 weeks. So our guys have a lot more on their plate. Everybody else has got, the vacation time and really can just focus on basketball, and that's something that's always the case here. It is what it is, and and that's the difference, and that's why our guys are who they are, and why they're going to end up being great leaders and leading our sons and daughters because they have a level of toughness that they've built by going through that here at West Point.
Coach, good to see you. Congratulations on the win.
Coach, someone that doesn't show up in the box score a lot, but is actually, I think, scored in about 4 or 5 games in a row and has helped your guys' depth, Jaden Ellis. What does he do to kind of earn a little bit more playing time and get that trust from you as he goes
Sure,
forward?
no, that's a great point. He's been able to be that backup to Jalen that we've needed, and he's been able to really spell Ruck where we don't have to play Jalen quite as many minutes. And then he's just continued to improve, and I give him a lot of credit. There's so many freshmen, across the country that when they don't get playing time right away, get discouraged, and they, instead of trying to get better, they start thinking about next year. And Jaden didn't do that. We've got a lot of guys that are in that boat, and they keep working hard. And the culture in our basketball program right now that our guys have built is so positive with continuing to improve and striving to get better, and Jaden was able to keep a positive attitude and continue to grow as a player, and now he's given us some really good minutes, and he's continued to improve every day. Thanks. Thank you guys.
Coach, good to see you.
Appreciate it.
Good to see you. Happy New
Yep.
Year.
Happy New Year.
How was the trip to London for you?
Awesome, except for the 2 games.
Yeah.
The Princeton game we played well. We played awful against Manhattan.
Yeah.
I don't think they're very good. They played well against us. We kind of shot ourselves in the foot, and so that was a little bit disappointing. But the trip was terrific. I mean, it was an unbelievable experience.
Good experience.
Yeah.
Good
Is
play.
that something
Great.
they're doing again next year?
I mean, they'll have that tournament.
We don't know if they'll
That's
invite
something
what,
yeah,
4
we don't
teams?
normally do that.
Sure, it's kind of a